Welcome to Kensington Aldridge Academy's guide to other apps. There are so many apps out there and so many different people use so many different apps, but we've chosen a few here to talk about that you may or may not be familiar with. But if you're unsure of any apps, the advice would be to do your own research. Discord is a gaming app. It was initially created for gamers to talk while they're playing, but in more recent times it's morphed into a place for anyone to explore their interests in subject-specific groups. The age permitted to use is 13. There are dangers to consider when young people use this app, and most of these concerns relate to the fact that the app is geared towards adults even though there is a 13 plus recommended age on it. Profanity and abusive language are commonplace, as are discussions about mature games, such as games that include sex, violence and drugs. It's also been known that non-gaming related topics are discussed, and these can be highly inappropriate for young people. So 2 important things to do if a young person has a Discord account is to make sure the privacy and safety settings are ticked on Keep Me Safe. And that basically means that all direct messages that come in are scanned, and if any have inappropriate content, they won't make it through. Another really important thing to set up is the 2-factor authentication, because by doing that, the user has to put in a password but also a code to gain access, and it's just an increased level of security to make sure that account is protected. So Omegle is perhaps one of the most concerning apps I've come across in my research, and it's a communication app, and by its own admission it says predators have been known to use Omegle, so please be careful. It's an online chat platform that connects a user with random strangers from all around the world. It pairs the user with a stranger based on shared subjects of interest. They can chat together privately through text, video, or using a built-in microphone. And the age permitted to use is 13 plus with parental permission. On doing my research into this app, the user has 2 options to video chat. It can be monitored chats and unmonitored. In the monitored conversations, a moderator filters out explicit content to reduce the risk of exposure to vulgarity. If a user chooses to enter an unmonitored chat, they will come across whatever kind of content the stranger posts. Users can also enter a spy mode, and in this mode they can ask a question of 2 people engaged in a chat and view their conversation, but cannot actively take part in it. Alternatively, spy mode also allows a user to discuss with another person a question posed by a stranger. Although with this app users are given anonymous nicknames when entering a chat, they can give out their real name, age, location, phone number and other personal information in the chat. As I've previously mentioned by their own admission, there have been very common instances of sexual predators, white supremacists, stalkers and other explicit and dangerous people who use this site to prey upon other people. So this one really is high risk for young people to be using. And in the media, there have been many examples of where this app has come under scrutiny and has actually been very dangerous to the people that have been accessing the app. So I've included 4 other apps in this table to make you aware of. One is OnlyFans, and that lures young people in with the promise of making money in exchange for photos and videos. Among Us is popular with primary school age children, but it's actually age rated 17. Tinder, again a dating app for adults, but children in year 5 and 6 at primary schools have been known to have an account on the site. And Roblox, an online game platform and game creation system that allows users to program games and play games created by other users. If you're unsure about any of the apps, do your own research and ensure that the correct safety measures have been taken. With all the apps, it's really important to follow a few simple steps. Privacy settings, ensure that they're set up properly. Location settings, make sure they're turned off. Personal information, do not share any personal information on these platforms. Think carefully about what is being shared before sharing it. Report anything offensive or upsetting. Many of these sites have ways to report offensive or upsetting material and inappropriate content. And for any concerns relating to a young person being exploited online, report it to the police or to CEOP, and their details are below